Dr. Sinclair randomly tested tens of thousands of cells, searching for the chemical that would activate those genes.
We found them by accident. We stumbled upon this molecule from red wine. And when I looked on the computer, what is this resveratrol, and found that it was in red wine, I almost fell off my chair. Because, of course, we all have heard that red wine is good for you.
Just so happens, I have red wine.
To your health.
How much of this would I have to drink to really make a difference?
Well, our experiments tell us probably about 1,000 bottles a day.
So that was not the solution. Dr. Sinclair then went back to the lab and found a way to make resveratrol 1,000 times more potent. So what does it do in the body?
Well, what we have discovered is that resveratrol works on a gene which is called SIRT1, and this is a gene that controls the aging process. Resveratrol seeks out that gene and switches it on.
And with that gene activated in the mouse on the right by a high dose of resveratrol, she quickly turned into a mini Olympian, running twice as far as the untreated mouse on the left.
And they were eating a high-fat diet, a fatty diet, and they lived just as long as a lean, healthy mouse, which means that they didn't get heart disease, cancer, even osteoporosis, and they lived 30% longer.
Can you do this in humans?
With the same exact gene. And we think that resveratrol could have similar benefits in people.
Realizing the blockbuster potential for his new pill, Sinclair teamed up with biotech entrepreneur Chris Westphal, together raising more than $100 million for further research.
And we think that we can increase healthy lifespan. So if you're in your 80s, you'll be behaving as if you were in your 50s.
In the first human trial, a form of resveratrol successfully treated type 2 diabetes, one of the major diseases of aging.
If everything goes very well, we will seek regulatory approval from the FDA in the next 5 years.
I think a lot of people will say you're raising expectations. This can't possibly happen.
My answer to that is, I agree, but it's true.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay, let's get started. Are you saying we're actually looking at the possibility that 99 is the new 50?
It is true, and in fact, what we're really talking about is this whole concept of extreme longevity.
Okay, what do we know for sure today that we can do?
Well, first of all, we know there's a chemical called sirtuin that tells the body to live longer. So what's the best mechanism? It turns out that if you take rodents and you cut down their caloric intake, it's called calorie restriction, by a third, they'll live a third longer. Imagine that. And humans who are doing calorie restriction, when they're studied, show a rejuvenation of their arteries, of their hearts. They actually begin to behave like they're younger than they really are.
Okay, talk.
So, but that same chemical sirtuin can be turned on with other mechanisms. And one of them is one you're going to want to hear about. A lot of folks know that red wine has been purported to be good for you. Well, It turns out that red wine is red because of a chemical in it called resveratrol. And so one of the ways that we think red wines benefit health is by turning on that same anti-aging chemical.